entirely different.
Hey guys,
It's medieval,
so it's me again,
and it comes at you fast.
Today with another
Detonating
video.
in just the third week of training.
Log. I'm gonna do another
When the
hour
throbbing
run.
ache in our muscles and joints was ratcheted up high, and we lived day and night with an edgy, hyperventilating feeling
Friday,
of our breath getting out front of our physical rhythm,
12:36.
of our lungs inflating and deflating,
right,
like canvas bags squeezed tight in a demon's fist for 130 hours straight. That's a test that goes way beyond the physical and reveals your heart and character. More than anything, it reveals your mindset, which is exactly what it's designed to do.
Also, we got David.
All of this happened at the Naval Special Warfare Command Center on prissy-ass Coronado Island,
Finish his book,
a Southern California tourist trap that tucks into slender Point Loma and shelters the San Diego Marina from the open Pacific Ocean. But even Cali's golden sun couldn't pretty up the grinder, and thank God for that. I liked it ugly. That slab of agony was everything I'd ever wanted. Not because I loved to suffer, but because I needed to know whether or not I had what it took to belong. Thing is, most people don't. By the time Hell Week started, at least 40 guys had already quit, and when they did, they were forced to walk over to the bell, ring it 3 times, and place their helmet on the concrete. The ringing of the bell was first brought in during the Vietnam era, because so many guys were quitting during evolutions and just walking off to the barracks. The bell was a way to keep track of guys, but since then it's become a ritual that a man has to perform to own the fact that he's quitting. To the quitter, the bell is closure. To me, every clang sounded like progress. I never liked Psycho much, but I couldn't quibble with the specifics of his job. He and his fellow instructors were there to cull the herd. Plus, he wasn't going after the runts. He was in my face plenty, and guys bigger than me too. Even the smaller dudes were studs. I was one man in a fleet of alpha specimens from back east and down south. The blue-collar and big-money surf beaches of California, a few from corn country like me, and plenty from the Texas rangeland. Every Bud's class has their share of hard-ass backcountry Texans. No state puts more seals in the pipeline. Must be something in the barbecue, but Psycho didn't play favorites. No matter where we were from or who we were, he lingered like a shadow we couldn't shake, laughing, screaming, or quietly taunting us to our face, attempting to burrow into the brain of any man he tried to break. Despite all that, the first hour of Hell Week was actually fun. During breakout, that mad rush of explosions, shooting, and shouting, you are not even thinking about the nightmare to come. You're riding an adrenaline high, because you know you're fulfilling a rite of passage within a hallowed warrior tradition. Guys are looking around the grinder, practically giddy, thinking, yeah, we're in Hell Week, motherfuckers. But reality has a way of kicking everyone in the teeth sooner or later. You call this putting out? Psycho Pete asked no one in particular. This may be the single sorriest class we ever put through our program. You men are straight up embarrassing yourselves. He relished this part of the job, stepping over and between us, his boot prints in our pooling sweat and saliva, snot, tears, and blood. He thought he was hard. All the instructors did. And they were, because they were SEALs. That fact alone placed them in rare air. You boys couldn't have held my jock when I went through Hell Week, I'll tell you that much. I smiled to myself and kept hammering as Psycho brushed by. He was built like a tailback, quick and strong. But was he a mortal fucking weapon during his Hell Week? Sir, I doubt that very fucking much, sir. Each time we got sucked under a monster wave at midnight, we were already borderline hypothermic. Because nobody has to become a SEAL. We weren't fucking drafted. Becoming a SEAL is a choice. And what that single softball question revealed in the heat of battle is that each second we remained in training was also a choice, which made the entire notion of becoming a SEAL seem like masochism. It's voluntary torture, and that makes no sense at all to the rational mind, which is why those 4 words repeat, Goggins is back on the log. Kenny loved telling that story. At 5'10" and 170 pounds, he was smaller than I was, and wasn't on our boat crew, but I knew we could trust him. In fact, there was nobody better for the job. During Class 231, Kenny was tapped to keep the instructor's office clean and tidy, which meant that he had access. That night, he tiptoed into enemy territory, liberated the schedule from a file, made a copy, and slipped it back into position before anyone ever knew it was missing. Just like that, we had our first victory, before the biggest mind game of our lives had even begun. Of course, knowing something is coming is only a small part of the battle, because torture is torture, and in Hell Week, the only way to get past it is to go through it. With a look or a few words, I made sure our guys were putting out at all times. When we stood on the beach holding triglycerides, muscles need to perform. Some say it's purely psychological. All I know is that by going hard when we felt defeated, we were able to ride a second wind through the worst night in Hell Week. And once you have that second wind behind you, it's easy to break your opponent down and snatch his soul. The hard part is getting to that point, because the ticket to victory often comes down to bringing your very best when you feel your worst. That's some knowledge right there. So, you want to walk us through that concept that you developed and how that all happened?
Yes, so this was years and years in the making. And taking souls is probably one of the most medieval things I do, so my whole mind works very different than most people's. And so I came up with this by kind of realizing how weak my mind was. I hated people being better than me. This is why I got, so insecure. I hated so many different things. So I started studying my own mind. And I realized that a lot of people need to realize that there are so many insecure people out there. And I knew from studying my mind that even these Navy SEALs, these instructors that had already gone through Navy SEAL training, were supposed to be the elite of the elite, badasses, whatever, I knew that they all have demons. They don't want alpha males, especially alpha males. They hate seeing anyone be better than them. And so what I realized going through Hell Week is I knew that these alpha males, these Navy SEAL instructors, they were all on the beach judging us. They were sitting there in their parkas, nice and warm, drinking their coffees, and they were judging all the students, saying, okay, yeah, when I was in Tuesday of Hell Week, I was better than that fucking guy right there, and I was better than that guy on Wednesday, and all this stuff. So you have to know the human mind and how it works. So I knew that all I have to do right now to crack these men. Yeah, man, I knew for a fact that there could be, a little bit more training ahead of me. And I'm not talking about with my class. I had a feeling that something bad was gonna happen to me, but my knee was so messed up that I went in and actually stole a whole bunch of Motrin. So you're supposed to go to the doc. So during med check, I think you have about maybe 2 or 3 med checks a day. I'm not quite for sure. I know you have one during the day, during the morning, I think one in the afternoon maybe, and then one at night, or maybe it's one in the day, one at night, I'm not for sure. But I actually went in and stored a whole bunch of Motrin. And by this time, it was my second Hell Week, so I knew kind of where I was going to be at different evolutions and whatnot. So I would, stage Motrin in the sand. So I was probably taking about 10 of these a day, and these are 800 milligrams. And the most you're supposed to take is 3. One for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for dinner. And I was popping them in like Tic Tacs. And I was just trying to get through this thing because I knew that, I was trying to get through the whole program.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally fighting each second is its own battle, right? Like each minute is its own battle. You're just staying one after another, stringing them together.
100%. And I didn't want to, so I was like my bro crew leader. So the whole thing about being a leader is you just cannot show meetings. And the second you start limping around or things start getting tough, your mind is going to, once again, take control. And if I would have limped around and that pain would have got even more than what it was, my whole boat crew would have fed off of me, kind of dragging my leg behind me. And, it's infectious.
Yeah, you don't know who else might have crumbled.
Exactly. Weakness is infectious. So my bro crew saw that my knee was in a time when everybody else is kind of tired. And that pisses people off. For you being a so-called
926
overachiever,
cal.
it makes people look at you very differently.
About 4.6
Yeah, so know that
miles.
going in, but still do it.
Oh yes, 100% still do it, but know that
Fucking
going in
exhausted.
for sure.
But damn, I felt like I did something.
Chapter
for you,
5,
Didn't waste that
Armored Mind.
time. All right.
Your knee looks pretty bad, Goggins. No fucking shit, Doc. With 2 days to go in walk week, I'd come by medical for a follow-up. The doctor rolled up my camo pants, and when he gave my right kneecap a gentle squeeze, pain seized my brain. but I couldn't show it. I was playing a role. I was the beat up but otherwise healthy bud student ready for the fight, and I couldn't so much as grimace to pull it off. I already knew the knee was fucked, and that the odds of getting through another 5 months of training on one leg were low, but accepting another rollback meant enduring another hell week, and that was way too much to process. The swelling hasn't gone down much. How's it feel? The doctor was playing a role too. SEAL candidates had a don't ask, don't tell agreement with most of the medical staff at Naval Special Warfare Command. I wasn't about to make the doctor's job easier by revealing anything to him, and he wasn't going to take caution's side and pull the ripcord on a man's dream. He lifted his hand and my pain faded.
Hey guys, so this is day 2. Just want to let you guys know an update, give you an update. This is what I'm looking like right now. Tons of fat, basically. Probably sitting at like 30% fat. Fat everywhere. You know what I mean? Side angle, back angle, fat everywhere. Alright. So day 2. Alright, see you guys again.